Hey guys, I know it's not Friday and it's not time for me to upload a new video, but I wanted to make a short video on this figure I got a couple of days ago. I got the Spiderman Homecoming Bandai Tamashii SH FiguArts Spider-Man figure. And one thing I noticed, I reopened it up. I just put it back in a package so you guys could see what it looked like. It came all the way from China. And the problem was, it took over the latest date it said it could be here by 3 full days. And I thought it'd be worth it because the figure looks great. It said it was a great figure online. It looked nice, had a lot of accessories. Well, first of all, when I received it in the mail, you see that little empty spot right there? Yes, that little spot. That is supposed to come with these. Look, the box shows different eyes. Those two are already on the figure when you get it. But the figure is supposed to come with 4 other eyes that are supposed to be in that little section right there. And that was one of my going to be one of my favorite things about the figure, because you could actually change his eye expressions, which I have never seen on an action figure ever until I saw this. So I was excited about that. Music courtesy of Spider-Man Homecoming. So that's why I'm a little annoyed. But I was like, you know what? It's fine. At least I have 2 eyes. I'll have tons of accessories. At least the figure is built well. Think again. Okay, if you notice something here, I don't know if any of you will be able to see this very well. I have a light on so you can see. You see how the diaphragm there is connected to the waist nice and tightly? And you can even see it a little here. The diaphragm, that piece right there is connected nice and tightly to the waist. Well, it's not on this figure. On this figure, it's not even on all the way. So let's open it up. Oh, and one of the other things is it came pretty beat up. Like, you can't see all of them, all the beat up parts on camera for some reason, but it got pretty beat up. And it's a pain to pull it out without making everything else fly out, because the packaging is really damaged. The inside is like caved in a bit. This is how I got it about 2 days ago in the mail on Monday. And the weirdest part is, I watched YouTuber after YouTuber after YouTuber doing a review on this figure. And none of them had these problems that I've had. So I feel like I just got a defected one. That's what I think. But I'm not blaming the guy I bought this from, because he said it was brand new. There was no way he could possibly know it was broken. Because I know if he knew it was broken, he wouldn't have sold it. So I'm going to try to get my money back. I don't know how long that process is, but I'll let you guys know if I ever do. And then I'll probably buy the defects version, because I haven't been able to find the SH FiguArts version anywhere but in China. And that's the other thing. Every YouTuber was doing a review on the Chinese version, because SH FiguArts is Chinese, I think. That's what I heard other YouTubers say. So I figured it'd be a good figure. Get it? Figure. I figured it'd be a good... Okay, that was a dumb joke. But it comes with a nice amount of accessories. You get 14 hands. You have 12 here plus the 2 that are on him. You get this little pick piece. Oh, that's another problem with this figure. I'll show you. I don't know if any of you watching this video have this figure, or if you know that you can basically just pop the head off like this. And there's supposed to be little pegs in there, because the eyes are supposed to be sticking in there. See those little holes? Let me try pointing at them. Yeah, you see that hole there? Then the other one there? There's supposed to be pegs sticking out so you can press into it and the eye will pop out. But I can't. The eyes are just stuck in here like this, and this eye ain't even in there all the way. But it won't go in anymore, which is really weird. And the other problem is, see the ball joint here that his hands are on? This ball joint works fine, but sometimes when I try to take the hands off, focus camera. Come on, camera, focus. Okay, well, I'll just do it like this. Sometimes when using the ball joint, it'll just fall off. Same with this one. Watch this. This is crazy. I can't even bend his hand, even the slightest bit. And the whole hand plus the ball joint just comes off. And nobody else on YouTube had any of these problems, these same problems I'm having. So I literally cannot move his hand. And it's such a pain to get the hands on and off because it'll pull the joints off or break them. And most of the hands do not even want to go onto the figure for some weird reason. Now, no other YouTuber had these problems. And like I was showing you, the diaphragm, look, you can just easily see inside her. It's not even going over his body. Like you saw here, is that figure versus this one. The diaphragm see, the diaphragm goes over all the way. And on this one, you can literally see a huge split. And the other problem I have is this joint here is so loose that most of the time just bending it, it'll pop off. Now I know the figure is supposed to have this joint here. That way you can get him into some really crazy, and sometimes it doesn't even want to go on. That's the problem there. Because you're supposed to be able to bend it back about this far to do poses. But sometimes it'll just fall clean off without even trying. Without me even trying to make it fall off. So yeah, big flaw with this figure. The paint is amazing. Like, this figure is really amazing looking. But yeah, but having the figure almost falling apart kind of makes it not that cool. By falling apart, I mean, first of all, this leg, I got it brand new, and it would not stay up. Like, even, come on. It won't stay up. And if you can see that there, the leg is connected to two little pieces of plastic connected by two metal sprockets, whatever you want to call them. And they're not properly made, so the leg wants to just fall out. This one wasn't like that, and now it's all of a sudden getting like that. And I've only had this for 2 days. I'm not even joking. I got this on Monday. I got this Monday, April 9th. And this is Wednesday, April 11th. And this is the figure. And also, one other thing I don't care about that much, like, I'm fine with this. The little rods in the feet will fall out, if you can see those. Sometimes they'll start to slide out, but all other YouTubers had a problem with that. No matter what figure has the bendable toes, that'll happen sometimes. So I'm not angry with that. I'm just annoyed that I paid about $20, the same price as everybody else, for this figure. And then after waiting 2.5 weeks suspensefully, you can't wait to pose it and put on my action figure display. Look, that leg's about to fall off. This joint falls off sometimes and it won't let me put other hands on. This falls off just from trying to even move the joint the slightest bit. The diaphragm isn't on correctly, so you can see that big split. It'll come off sometimes if you're not careful. The head didn't even come with the eyes like it was supposed to. The pegs aren't in the little hole spots like they're supposed to be. As you can tell, there's supposed to be pegs that go all the way into the head like that. And literally, since I've only had him for 2 days, this leg is so loose. It was a little loose when I got it. This one's a little tighter. And the thing is, I can literally almost not put him in any standing poses because his legs and his knees, they cave in because they were not built well, and it'll either fall over or the legs will just bend in. He'll fall like that. But the other accessories it came with a little phone, and it came with this little peg piece here. And I know what this is for. You're supposed to plug it into his back, so if you get a stand. But the thing is, it doesn't want to go in correct. It doesn't even want to go in. And the thing is, if I try to put it in either way, it doesn't fit in properly. Come on, little piece. So you see how it's got this little hexagon shape? And this has got a bit of a hexagon shape. They're not the same they're not the same size hexagon. So this refuses to go into there. Same with the little red piece that plugs into his back to cover up the hole. That does not want to stay in there either. And then when I opened the figure and pulled the tape off, for some reason the entire figure and all the accessories were taped down. When I pulled the tape off, it ripped all the paint off the back of the phone. Or the front. This looks like the front of the phone. But I don't know what was on the back. I swear there was a camera and some cool design on it, but it just ripped clean off. Peeled right off because it was stuck to tape. It came with some cool web accessories, which I don't even use because if I try to take the hands off, it rips the joints off and might break them. And that goes the same for the backpack. Oh, sorry. So it's got a little hexagon shape and it barely wants to go in there. So it's almost impossible to put it on this figure without making the arm fall off if you're not careful. And it actually decreases his posability by a lot because it won't go in there properly with the peg. So my final verdict, I say that you should probably not buy this figure from China. Like, don't take your chances. I probably was just unlucky. But I have a feeling this is going to happen to a lot of people with this figure. And I bet there were few people that were very lucky. But I don't want everybody to have to wait 2.5 weeks, get their hopes up, and then the figure is junk. Like, so most of you will probably get a good figure. But I have a feeling there will also be a big portion of people that will get a crummy one like I did. What do I suggest? I honestly don't know. You might have to do your own research. You might just have to search around, see what you can find. But do you know a figure I do very highly recommend? I mean, it's not as posable as this figure, but in my opinion, it's a very good figure because I have not had any problems with it. And it looks really good. It's this figure. The Legend Series Venom Wave Spiderman. I love this figure. I've had no problems with it at all so far. Legend Series makes some very nice figures. I can't say the same for this SH FiguArts figure. Now, I'm not saying all SH FiguArts are like that. I've never gone to SH FiguArts before but this is my first, and it's kind of ruined my whole experience and faith in SH FiguArts already. So yeah, I like this. It's shiny. It looks like it's from a comic book. Then I've also got another one, and it is another Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, I don't know if any of you noticed this, but this is Ultimate Spider-Man from the comic books. I'm sure a lot of you watching have no idea what that is, because if you weren't growing up in the 90s or the early 2000s, you wouldn't know, because I was born 2002. I had no idea that these comics for this version of Spider-Man existed. So we've got this Ultimate Spider-Man comic version. And then We've also got Ultimate Spider-Man from the animated TV show. So this one's got a dark... This blue almost matches that blue on the SH FiguArts. So yeah, brighter blue. I kind of do like this darker blue more. And he's got no cobweb designs down his arms, because that's how they did it in the comics, but they don't do that in the show. In the red, there seems to be a very slight variation in the red. This is more of a regular red. This looks more of a orangish red. Now, this is not exactly what it looks like, but I turned on the flashlight on my phone camera, on my phone, so you could see everything better. But they're almost the same red. This one's just a little more orange than this one. So between all of these figures, and plus this was a Walmart exclusive, and the only way to get him brand new is to get him with Vulture. I got this quite a while back, so I don't know if that is even there anymore. But I highly, and I mean highly, recommend this figure right here. So here's the packaging it came in. Legend Series Ultimate Spider-Man. Marvel's Build-A-Figure Venom. And they call it the Venom Wave. So you collect those figures and you'll be able to build Venom. Another one I want to get sometime is the Miles Morales, but I highly recommend this figure. And I have no use for that Venom arm, because I don't have any of the other figures for it. He is a great figure, and he comes with 6 hands. That's not nearly as many as the FiguArts, but there are some hands in here I don't care for. Like these ones right here, and these ones, which are just for the cell phone, to hold the phone, which I don't care for Spider-Man holding his phone. But the 6 hands you get, it's actually a good selection, because this figure only came with 4 hands. You didn't get a consistent amount. And I like it because this figure came with... Here, let me lower the camera a little bit. Move him out of the way. The Venom Wave Legend Series Spider-Man figure came with a left and a right web shooting hand, a left and a right wall crawling hand. Here, let me take this out of his hand. Then he came with a left and a right fist hands, so you can basically interchange and choose which hand's going to be web shooting, which will be punching, or if you want him to be crawling up the walls. I super duper highly recommend this figure. Right now, it's my favorite. The FiguArts would have been my favorite if it wasn't defected and falling apart like a flippin' Roblox figure on Roblox when you get killed. But yeah, I'm going to try to get my money back, and I will let you know what happens, because the guy, he's Chinese, so I don't know if he can read English at all. So yeah, that's all I have for today. That's why I'm uploading a post video, a video that comes before the actual one. And yes, I will be posting on Friday. This is just to be for today, because I want to do a review on this. I do not recommend getting that figure if it's in China. I couldn't find it anywhere that wasn't China. So I really don't think you should get that figure. What I think you should go with is the Mafex version. The Mafex Spider-Man Homecoming figure. Not only does it look closer, this looks more like him from Civil War, because in that movie, he had these his silver eye designs. And the Mafex version looks like him from Homecoming. And the Mafex version comes with 2 magnetic hands and replaceable feet, so you can stick them to something, which I really want. So if I ever get this returned to that seller and get my money back, I think I'm going to buy the Mafex version. Sure, it's $6 or $7 extra, but that $6 or $7 extra could get me a nice figure. And one other thing other YouTubers have had problems with this figure is Spidey's left arm would break off. Like, the joint right there would just break. I haven't had that problem yet. But I'm being careful, because if I self-inflict any damage, then I'm not going to be able to return it. And I haven't inflicted any damage. So that's basically it for this video. Have a nice Wednesday. Oh, and yes, I am super excited for when I reach 100,000 subs, because I am going to go outside. When I get 100,000 subs, no matter what time of the year it is, I'm going to go stand outside with some shoes on, of course, because it could be winter, and dump a cup of ice cold water down my flippin' back. Yes, I will do that. And it will probably get me sick, but it's worth it because I reached a crazy goal, 100,000 subscribers. I don't care if it even takes a year and a half to reach that many. I'm just excited that people like to watch my videos, enjoy what I make. Well, until next time, Epic Smash Bros. /figure reviews out.